This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Jing Jamlang. On the Scorecard tonight, Norman Black returns to lead Gilas men in SEA Games. SBP rolls the dice for gold number 20. Carlo Biado conquers world, rises to number 1 in global pool earnings. NYC shooting targets NFL office. Goodell closes HQ, employee wounded. In MLB, Trout gets beamed, benches erupt. Angels burn Rangers 8-5 in wild finish. In the WNBA, Valkyries survive Atlanta chaos, dodge flying toy, and win with last-second dagger. Chris Paul returns to Clippers for 21st NBA season, chooses family over rings. And our sports correspondent Sheila Salaysay has the latest on Jiu-jitsu prodigy Aielle Aguilar, who continues to reign supreme. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 30th of July. Now here's our roundup. The legend is back on the sidelines, and he's got one mission: bring home that coveted 20th goal. The Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas has officially tapped Coach Norman Black to call the shots for the Gilas Pilipinas men's squad in the upcoming 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Bangkok, scheduled on December 9 to 20. This development, initially broken by Philstar.com and later confirmed by Tiebreaker Times, marks a strategic move by the SBP. With current Gilas head coach Tim Cone unavailable due to commitments in the 2025-26 PBA Philippine Cup and the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2027 Asian qualifiers looming, the SBP has called upon a familiar face to lead the national cause. Black, who masterfully guided a young team to gold in the 2011 Jakarta SEA Games, is no stranger to this kind of pressure and is wasting no time. Tiebreaker sources reveal that Black has already reached out to Filipino-Asian quota players in the Japan B-League and the Korean KBL, gauging their availability for national duty. But here's the catch: the SEA Games don't fall under the FIBA calendar, which means club releases will be tough to secure, especially with their seasons still in full swing. As a result, the SBP is looking at several options, including forming a squad from the UAP's best and brightest and reinforcing it with naturalized stars Justin Brownlee or Angela Kwame, or even players from PBA teams eliminated early from the Philippine Cup. Black is currently serving as SBP's head of player identification and development, while also working as a team consultant for the Sanbeda Red Lions and the NCAA. One thing is certain: when Norman Black takes the reins, expect discipline, execution, and a whole lot of heart. Now, make way, because the Kraken is officially back. Mar Fajardo is suiting up for Gilas Pilipinas, ready to bring his size, skill, and signature dominance to the FIBA Asia Cup battlefield. Gilas Pilipinas just got a whole lot bigger and bolder with the return of their ultimate game changer, Mar Fajardo. The 8-time PBA MVP is officially joining the national squad in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia on August 5 to 17, bringing with him a much-needed presence in the paint. Coach Tim Cone said Mar Fajardo is expected to start practicing with the team as soon as they arrive in Jeddah on July 31st. After battling through a bruising PBA finals against TNT and nursing a calf injury, Fajardo took a brief breather. But now, the 6'10" San Miguel giant is ready to roar back into action. His first test, a friendly clash against Jordan on August 2, his warm-up before the real war begins. While the adjustments will come, there's no question about Fajardo's impact. He's a force on both ends, a space eater on defense, and a nightmare to guard in the post. It's been said before, but it's worth saying again: when the Kraken is unleashed, the game changes. Carlo Biado, the first Filipino to win 2 World 9-ball titles after taking down a Russian-American Fedor Gorst in a thrilling 15-13 final at the World Pool Championship in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, not only walked away with the coveted trophy, but also rose to number 1 in global pool earnings. The 41-year-old champion earned $250,000 That's over 14.2 million pesos in prize money for his recent victory. With that monumental win, Biado has officially claimed the top spot in the AZ Billiards 2024 money list, totaling $259,750,000. That is nearly 14.9 million pesos. Gorst, despite finishing runner-up and earning $100,000, trailed Biado in second place with $174,600, while German star Joshua Filler is in third with $157,740, followed by American Shane Van Boning at fourth and Albanian ace Clido Kachi in fifth. Singapore's Aloysius Yap is sixth, while another Filipino standout, Roberto Gomez, sits seventh with $58,375. And Biado isn't done yet. He's now gearing up for a money-rich campaign in the United States, starting with the inaugural Florida Open on August 5 to 10 at the luxurious Carib Royal Resort in Orlando, which offers a $200,000 prize pool, including $40,000 for the winner. After that, Biado will set his sights on the prestigious U.S. Open on August 18 to 23. 18 to 23, that's right. Carlo Biado is back, hungry for more, and showing the world that Filipino dominance on the pool table is far from over. Meanwhile, a deadly shooting shook the NFL as a gunman opened fire in the NYC building that houses league offices, killing 4 and injuring an NFL employee. The shooter, 27-year-old Shane Tamura from Las Vegas, entered the building with an M4 rifle, opened fire in the lobby, then took the elevator to the 33rd floor, where he killed again before taking his own life. Police say Tamura left a note blaming the NFL for his alleged CTE, a brain disease linked to football. He claimed the league hid the dangers to protect profits and requested that his brain be studied. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell has announced the temporary closure of the league's Manhattan headquarters and has asked staff to work remotely until at least August 8 and promised continued support. This one had fireworks from first pitch to final out, a hit-by-pitch that lit the fuse, benches clearing like a title fight, and Kenley Jansen shutting the door with ice in his veins as the Angels scorched the Rangers 8-5. Arlington turned into a powder keg as the Angels escaped with a hard-fought 8-5 win over the Rangers in a game that burst into mayhem after Mike Trout took a heater to the hand. With the Angels holding a slim 7-5 lead in the 8th inning, Gustavo Campero waited on third with 1 out. Then, a 2-2 fastball from Rangers reliever Sean Armstrong smacked Zach Neto. 2 pitches later, Armstrong fired another 92 miles per hour missile, this time tagging Trout on the hand, and that was the detonator. Angels interim manager Ray Montgomery lost it, charging toward home plate and shouting toward the Texas dugout. The Rangers fired back, and just like that, both benches emptied in a flash. Relievers from both sides came storming in from the bullpen, turning the diamond into a scene straight out of a Western. No punches thrown, no ejections issued, but the intensity was unmistakable. With the crowd still buzzing, Nolan Shanuel stepped in and delivered a sacrifice fly to right field, scoring Campero and giving LA an insurance run. Taylor Ward struck out to end the frame, but the damage was done. Enter Kenley Jansen, unbothered by the fireworks, nailed down his 20th save of the season in 21 opportunities, making it his 13th career season with at least 20 saves. He shut the door like a pro, sealing the Angels' 8-5 victory in hostile territory. The win delivered more than just a notch in the standings, it delivered a message. The Halos won't back down. And if you come at Trout, you better be ready for the aftershock. You thought you've seen it all in the WNBA? Well, think again. In a game that had everything: clutch shots, last-minute drama, and yes, a flying neon green novelty item. The Golden State Valkyries kept their cool and took down the Atlanta Dream 83-81 thanks to a cold-blooded bucket from Cecilia Zandalasini with just 3.2 seconds left. But Let's talk about that interruption. With just over a minute to go, play stopped when a fan launched what looked suspiciously like an adult gag gift onto the court. Yes, seriously, a bright green plastic curveball. Officials paused the game. Security stepped in, and even Dream co-owner Renee Montgomery was seen standing over it as police wrapped it in a towel and escorted it off the floor, because this is real life. Post-game, Xander Lasini said it best. "I've never seen anything like that. Funny? Yes. Dangerous? Also yes." If you're looking to rewatch the chaos, good luck. Well, the WNBA already edited it out of the League Pass archive, but on social media, it's already legendary. So, what do you get when you mix high-stakes hoops, Atlanta vibes, and a fan who brought a party store surprise? Well, you get one of the wildest finishes in WNBA memory. The Valkyries get the win, the Dream get a headache, and the rest of us, we get a story that will be told for years. Strange night, big-time finish. In the NBA, Chris Paul is coming home. Now 40 and entering his 21st NBA season, Paul is reuniting with the Los Angeles Clippers, where he became a franchise icon during the Lob City era from 2011 to 2017. He becomes just the 7th player in league history to reach 21 seasons. But this return isn't about chasing a championship, it's personal.
The easiest decision in this, sitting right here is my family. You know, it's getting a chance to be around them and be around a lot more and get a chance to compete and play for a championship.
Paul spent the last 8 years with Houston, OKC, Phoenix, Golden State, and San Antonio, elevating every team he joined. But his family remained rooted in Los Angeles. He's also excited to suit up in front of what he called real fans, a subtle jab at LA's flashier NBA neighbors. Now set to come off the bench, CP3 embraces his veteran role with wisdom and purpose.
If I'm really honest, I wanted to get back and play here by any means necessary, right? I didn't even care what the team looked like. I just want to be home, be here with the Clippers.
Chris Paul is back, not for the spotlight, but to write the final chapter of his legendary career, surrounded by love, loyalty, and legacy. And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. What do you call that heart-stopping moment when a gymnast throws her apparatus into the air, closes her eyes, or twists in mid-leap and still catches it flawlessly? It's called a risk in rhythmic gymnastics. A risk is a high-difficulty element where the gymnast releases her apparatus into the air, then executes a challenging body move like a leap, turn, or blind catch before grabbing it back with precision. This element pushes the limits of timing, coordination, and courage. Every successful risk adds to the difficulty score, but a drop or miss could mean big deductions. Risk moves are where art meets adrenaline and where champions are made. It's time for our off-court buzzer. In a moment straight out of a basketball fairy tale, Luka Doncic, seated, casual, and deadly accurate, sent the Dyckman crowd into a frenzy with a trick shot that defied logic. The Los Angeles Lakers may be in off-season mode, but Luka Doncic isn't done making noise. The superstar guard just blew up social media with a shot that looked straight out of a video game. In a surprise appearance at the iconic Dyckman Park in New York City, Luka joined the NY vs. NY quarterfinals as part of Jordan Brand's The One Summer Tour, and he did not disappoint. While sitting courtside, Luka picked up a ball, casually launched a one-handed heave while still seated, and swish! Absolute pandemonium ensued. The shot, filmed and shared by the NBA's official X page, quickly went viral, capturing the magic of a moment that combined street ball energy with NBA star power. But Luka's night wasn't just about one incredible shot. He interacted with fans, posed for pictures, and turned heads with a noticeably slimmer frame. thanks to intense training and a strict high-protein diet, earning him the Skinny Luka label from fans online. Dykeman, dubbed the red carpet of streetball, has hosted legends like KD and Kyrie, and now it has another unforgettable moment to add to its lore. Next stops on the Jordan Brand Tour, Chicago and Los Angeles. But one thing's certain, wherever Luka goes, magic follows. He's not just gearing up for the 2025-26 season, he's putting on a show, reminding the world of why he's one of the most electrifying players in basketball today. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 30th of July. Up next, our sports correspondent Sheila Salaysay has the latest on Jiu-Jitsu prodigy Aielle Aguilar, who continues to reign supreme on the global stage. So, better keep it here on the Scorecard. Welcome back to the Scorecard. You can say that winning runs in the Aguilar family. And when you grow in a household not just of fighters but also of champions, it is not a surprise that a special warrior comes along. Here's our sports correspondent Sheila Salaysay with the latest on the country's youngest world jiu-jitsu champ, Aielle, who continues to bloom under the watchful eye of parents Alvin and Maybelline.
In the world of martial arts, some stories go beyond medals and championships. They speak of heart, discipline, and family. Meet the Aguilars. Young athlete Aielle and her proud parents Alvin and May share a deep bond as Aielle's strongest supporters, united by their love for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and their unwavering dedication to her journey. A fighter, a coach, and the founder of DefTac, Alvin Aguilar is a pioneer in Philippine Jiu-Jitsu, leading one of the country's most respected MMA and Jiu-Jitsu teams. Maybelline Masuda, a groundbreaker in her own right, is a multi-medaled national athlete who helped pave the way for women in combat sports. Together, they built more than a legacy. And now, their daughter Aielle is starting to make her own moves in the Jiu-Jitsu world, one roll at a time.
I've been doing jiu-jitsu for more than 30 years. I was the first Filipino black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, actually also in Southeast Asia. May is the first female black belt in the Philippines and also the first Filipino world champion in jiu-jitsu. So our first world champion in the Philippines for jiu-jitsu was a girl. That's her. Yeah. And then now we have Aielle following the footsteps of everybody.
For Alvin and May, Jiu-Jitsu has always been a shared passion, but nothing compares to the joy and pride they feel watching their daughter Aielle making history.
Well, the first weeks of her life, she was already lying down on the mat. We just leave her there, and then after we'd be training. So, ever since she could remember in her lifetime, she was always on the mats. And of course, everything just happened naturally.
She was on the mat with us after I gave her 3 weeks. And ever since, she's been with us on the mat, and she still continues to, be on the mat with us.
Well, of course, we're very, very proud and very, very happy. And, Aielle works very, very hard in everything she does, whether it's academics, training, or her other sports like gymnastics and the way she plays the piano. She always gives it her all, and we're very, very proud of her that way.
Like what her papa said, she really works hard. She looks forward to training. It's basically become part of her life. Our whole family does it. So, and it's fun, and she enjoys it, and she gets to represent not just our family, not just her team, but also the country when she does it.
She's young, determined, and fearless on the mat. The youngest Filipino Jiu-Jitsu world champion. But what makes Aielle Aguilar fall in love with a sport that's become her world?
It makes me defend myself from people that try to hurt me.
She may only be 7, but Aielle Aguilar is already making waves on the international Jiu-Jitsu stage. At the 2025 Pan Kids IBJJF Jiu-Jitsu Championships in Florida, Aielle dominated her division, further solidifying her status as a rising star in the sport. This latest victory adds to her impressive resume, which includes becoming a 3-time international champion after conquering her category at the 2024 World Festival Jiu-Jitsu Championship.
A lot. I enjoy it a lot. It's like my favorite sport. It makes me feel proud of myself and happy.
Racing a champion is no easy feat, but for Alvin and May, it's a role they'll fully embrace. As both parents and coaches to their daughter Aielle, they wear multiple hats on and off the mat.
Yes, it's pretty easy. I mean, of course, there's it's ups and downs and everything, but we also have a lot of students. We have the largest team now in Asia. Last year we had about 21 world champions also, so a lot of her teammates are also world champions. So we coach them all the same way, nothing special. Just because she's our daughter doesn't mean we do extra things. Basically, how we train her is how we train everybody else.
I guess, jiu-jitsu comes with a lot of benefits, and a lot of the benefits that any parent would want to instill in their child translates also in jiu-jitsu. So it was an easy thing to balance, like you said.
Yeah, because jiu-jitsu teaches you how to do hard work, responsibility, discipline, being consistent in something, being able to deal with failure, being able to come back. So everything that happens on the mat is basically training you for real life. So that's where we are. That's where we are.
Being parents to a rising jiu-jitsu star, it's about instilling values that matter long after the match ends.
Whenever we go to a competition, we make sure that we as prepared as possible. As coaches, we have respectfully, we have to prepare her for everything. Now, as an athlete, it's her responsibility to be able to respond to our training. Now, when it comes to the results and stuff, people have to know that all of our athletes know this, that winning and losing is all part of the process. Whether you're winning or losing, there's no such thing as somebody with a perfect record. That's not. If he or she has a perfect record, that means they haven't been fighting the real competition. So failure is just a part. It's just a part of the journey as victory is. So what has to be is, in the end, it's how it transcends and helps and molds you as a person. That's what's important.
Yep. Basically, she learns through experience. So when she, like Alvin said earlier, it's been a roller coaster. There's ups and downs. So she's been through both up and down, and with that experience, she's learned to become resilient and come back.
Yes, with anything, just with life. I mean, life is not like this. It's not a plane that goes up. It's like this, right? And it's up to you to be able to adjust the downs and the ups, to adjust with the downs and the ups. Actually, so there. Same thing in competition.
Both athletes in their own right, Alvin and May, know exactly what it takes to rise, to fall, and to rise again. And now they're passing that wisdom down, not through pressure, but through perspective.
Any goal that you put your mind to, let's say I want to be a champion, or I want to be the best in this, or I want to be, absolutely awesome at anything, okay? So everything starts with first the goal, then being able to come up with a plan, and being able to be consistent with your plan. Once you follow those three, there's nothing that can get in your way. And of course, never be afraid to fail.
The FTAC, we're part of the Six Blades Jiu-Jitsu, and some of our core values include first, family, respect, honor, loyalty, discipline, and attitude. So those are
family.
Yeah, and family.
And family.
Yeah, family was first.
Oh, yeah.
As the daughter of champions, Aielle has grown up surrounded by fighters, and she is blazing her own trail and pulling others along with her.
You should try the jiu-jitsu so it can learn how to defend you and
Defend yourself.
and to defend yourself.
Oh.
And talk about how much fun you have.
And it's really fun because you get to make new friends and play games.
More than fighters, they are parents. More than coaches, they are mentors, and their message is clear.
As an athlete, there's no shortcuts. Just train hard, train smart, be consistent, have a goal, and stick to it every day. The only way to reach your goal is to make sure you're obsessed with whatever you want to achieve. That's the only way. You have to be obsessed, and you have to be consistent. As a parent, parents of athletes have to make sure that their kids have to grow into it. Do not push them too much. Do not put too much pressure. Make sure at the end of the day they're always enjoying themselves. Because if they're not, you're just giving them an extra burden, and they're not gonna enjoy their travel. If they're not enjoying their travel, they're not gonna be producing good results. So yeah. And of course, as a coach, as a coach, just because you achieved something before, just because as an athlete, you have to make sure you're always learning. Okay, always learning, and make sure you always have the white belt mentality so you can be a better coach and a better guide for your students.
Yeah, like what Alvin said, there are no shortcuts. The maths don't lie. Whatever you work, whatever you invest in, in training, it comes out when you compete. Like what Alvin said earlier, the hard part is training, the easy part is competing. And as a parent, yes, don't push your kids, don't force, and make sure that their journey is as enjoyable as possible. With the never force her into this. She just really wanted to do this, and we're happy and thankful that that's the case. And as a coach, our job is to make sure that our kids don't just excel, but we have to make sure that they're also good citizens and good people, and always be kind.
3 champions bound by more than the mat. They are a family united by discipline, love, and purpose. For the Aguilars, Jiu-jitsu isn't just a sport. It's a legacy of strength, not just in body, but in character. Reporting for the Scorecard, Gilas, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Up next, 2 conferences, 1 statement to make. Mitchell's in mid-season form. Thomas is putting up numbers that don't even feel real. Fever-Mercury, no Clark, no problem? We're about to find out. So tune in, lock in, and keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. All right, let's dive into this one. Kelsey Mitchell just dropped 35 and put the league on notice. Caitlin Clark is still sidelined, but this Fever team isn't waiting around. They've won 6 of their last 10, and they're doing it behind smart ball movement, Aaliyah Boston's front court poise, and a whole lot of Kelsey cooking. 7 threes, 35 points, her 100th career 20-point game. Mitchell did everything but sell popcorn against Chicago. She's shooting 38% from deep and carrying this Fever offense in clutch time while Clark recovers. The Fever turned 23 turnovers into 31 points against the Sky. This isn't just run and gun. This is defense turning into instant offense. But here come the Mercury. And they're cooking too. Phoenix just blew out Washington after a monster night from Eliza Thomas. 27 points, 11 boards, 8 assists. She's putting up MVP level stuff without the spotlight. And the Mercury are quietly stacking momentum. They've won 5 of their last 10, and more importantly, they're starting to look like a postseason team. Now, Thomas isn't alone. Satu Sabali, Sami Whitcomb, Natasha Mack. This is a deep rotation getting stronger. They took control of that game in DC with a 26-12 third quarter and never looked back. So here's where it turns. Aaliyah Boston versus Eliza Thomas. 2 physical forwards, 2 do-everything players. Now, Boston's got the edge in efficiency. Thomas brings the intensity. If Boston gets going early, the floor opens for Mitchell and the shooters. If Thomas dictates pace and gets to her spots, well, Phoenix makes this ugly, physical, and grindy. But don't sleep on the bench. Michaela Timpson, Ari McDonald, they've been steady and explosive. Indiana's second unit has outscored Chicago's in the last time out, 33-16. Now, if this game stays in the 80s, I like the Fever at home. But if Phoenix forces turnovers and turns this into a transition track meet, well, you look out, right? This one's got intrigue written all over it. No Clark? No problem. If the Fever stay disciplined. I've got this one going 86-79. Fever stay ahead of the game as the WNBA chase tightens. Mitchell's on fire. Thomas is rising. And the energy at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, you can feel it through the screen. Stars are rising. Teams are surging, and every game counts. Here's your full breakdown of tomorrow's matchup. And that's a wrap on our prime time preview. The spotlight's on Indy, the moments on the Mercury. Tune in, lock in, and always keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. For one of golf's modern legends, world #1 and Olympic gold medalist who made history in 2024 by winning 5 straight LPGA tournaments, Nelly Korda once said, "I feel like I don't really have anything more to prove to people ever." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport. On the Bilyonaryo News Channel, this is Jing Jamlang. Have a blessed evening. Good night.